guys. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. It's been a minute since I made a video. I've had a lot of people book calls with me recently, so and especially on paper lead. So I just wanted to make a video on what not to do, when not to do paper lead, because most agents ignore agency owners ignore this, and this is super important. So everyone on the internet is talking about paper lead right now, and I get it. It's scalable, it's predictable, and when it works really well. But after talking to like a lot of agency owners recently, I've noticed that something that it's actually hurting people. A lot of people want to switch to paper lead without doing the math first, and when that happens, their entire business starts to suffer. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through when you should not do paper lead, even when it sounds super attractive, because sometimes staying with your current model is actually a smarter move. Okay, so situation one, when the math does not work. This is the biggest mistake I see. People look at paper lead and think, if I sell $75 or $100 leads each, I can scale fast. But they never ask the most important question: how much does it cost to generate the lead? And if it costs $40 to generate a lead, you're selling it for 75. That might sound fine to you, but then reality happens. You have to replace bad leads. You have operational cost. You have team member cost. You have tools and software cost. Suddenly, your margins disappear, and paper lead only works when the math is clear. Okay. For example, if you sell $100 leads, ideally you want the leads costing $25 to $30 to generate them. That gives you enough room for replacements, team members, and scale. If the math isn't there, the paper lead becomes really, really stressful and is not scalable. I've had situations where, like, I was talking to a guy, he was charging for folks $4,000, $5,000 retainers, and he wanted to switch to paper lead. But get to that amount, and for client for the course of the year, he was able to get about, I think, 48,000, 50,000 per client, and he had like a couple of them, which is like amazing. And they've been with them for around 3 4 years or so. So I was kind of surprised that he wanted to switch that, because in order to hit $50,000 in leads, he had to sell so many leads that it would have been impossible for him to fulfill for these people. He would actually make less money instead of making more money. So sometimes you have to do the math. Okay, so be mindful of that, guys. Situation two, when you don't understand the client's revenue. Another common mistake is choosing a niche just because someone else has said it works, but they never ask the important question: how much money does a lead actually make the client? If you generate leads for a business where each sale is only worth $200, they simply cannot pay you $100 for per lead. But if a roofing job is worth $10,000, suddenly paying $75 to $150 per lead is very reasonable. Before doing paper lead, and you should understand this: how many leads turn into appointments, how many appointments turn into sales, what is the average job value is, and what, without that data, pricing becomes basically a guesswork. Okay. Situation three, when fulfillment isn't dialed in. So paper lead is not just a sales model, it's also a fulfillment model. You need to clearly define what counts as a valid lead, what gets replaced, how quickly leads are delivered, how disputes are handled. If these things aren't defined before you start selling leads, problems start quickly. Clients will question lead quality, and you'll end up replacing more leads than expected, and the entire model becomes chaotic. So, a quick story: when I started experimenting with paper lead, I thought the hardest part was going to be getting client leads, but that wasn't the real challenge. The real challenge was understanding the numbers behind the business. Once I understood the cost per lead, client close rates, average job value, replacement rates, everything became predictable, and that's when the paper lead started to scale. So the reality, paper lead is powerful, but it's not magic. If the math works, it's one of the best models you can build. And if the math doesn't work, it can literally destroy your margins. So before switching your agency model, ask yourself a simple question: do these numbers actually make sense? Okay. So if you are an agency owner thinking about transitioning to Paperly, the most important thing you should do before switching is run the math and structure the model correctly. Because when the numbers are right, Paperly becomes the most scalable agency model. And then when the math is wrong, it creates stress, bad clients, and super thin margins. And if you want help figuring out your paper lead agency, I offer a private strategy call where I look at your current business, your niche, your pricing, your fulfillment model, And on the call, we'll map out exactly how to transition to Paperlead. After the call, you'll basically have 14 days of tech support with me. So if questions come up if you're implementing, you'll be able to reach out to me for guidance. The call is $250. The link is in the bio below or in the comment section. And by the end of it, you'll have a clear plan on how to move forward. If that sounds helpful, just book a link using the book a call using the link below. But hope that was helpful. I'll make some more videos based on the questions I've been getting from a lot of the agency owners. But yeah, hope that was helpful. Run the math. You should be good to go. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.